Now watch time and space rock the great matriarch, whether it's day or dark, creates the spark, ways the heart as I sun ray my art, her make the patriarch. Most social media saviors are fakes, marks once we make knowledge one is when time and space rock. The great matriarch, whether it's day or dark, creates the spark, ways the heart as I sun ray my art, her make the patriarch. Most social media saviors are fakes, marks once we make knowledge one is when the run and bass drop. I rose up, took a shower, purified my art field, took copper for a wall to ensure my chlorophyll is pumping. Done some curls for sure, I've more to build. Solid foundation, my crown chakra core and hill. Pound the pavement, sacred ground, freedom I stand for. Free all political prisoners of war, man or woman in chat. Rid the land of all foreign and alien entities. I decree this morning, send them back to whence they came. Is the peace laugh or war cry, whatever the relevant name of each path, simple, highest form, spiritualities, how you teach math. A humble beast is still a beast. Now feel the beast wrath, rain fire upon them, and the internet forms, sigils, emojis, and the avatars that wore them. Destroy this de facto government and its quarrels. Establish Big Mom's house so she may restore him. The great matriarch, whether it's day or dark, creates the spark, ways the heart as I sun ray my art, her make the patriarch. Most social media saviors are fakes, marks once we make knowledge born is when time and space rock. The great matriarch, whether it's day or dark, creates the spark, ways the heart as I sun ray my art, her make the patriarch. Most social media saviors are fakes, marks once we make knowledge born is when rhyme and bass drop. The next host, note to self, quit playing, hit the gas. This shaft is called my turn, take the risk and spaz. Most of them got vaccinated with chips in their ass, plus rappers sacrificing each other for grips of their cash. Sad cat, watch videos with other subliminals, predictive programming, weirdo, sprung menstrual shows. The land's contaminated, fruits and vegetables, black minerals, the water and skies I fry. New wave chemicals, technology got me here in front of my desktop, perusing these beats and whatnot for my best option, contemplating which bar will next pop to unlock the minds that are stuck within a Xbox. Off the chart, I continue to climb, watching the rest flop like carp fishing, 100% fresh salt water. I'm on the front line, X marks the spot. I shine because of her, for she's the best part. The great matriarch, whether it's day or dark.
Okay, bye-bye. I got you. Okay, bye-bye.
Saviors are face, marks once we make knowledge what is when time and space rock. The great matriarch, whether it's day or dark, creates the spark, ways the heart as I sun ray my art, her make the patriarch. Most social media saviors are face, marks once we make knowledge what is with the right and bass drums.
That's the shit, man. Right there, fine. What? We gotta get a little open, man. I gotta see what day.
And my music, and a lot of this music, it's only talking about the suppressed rising. I mean, the oppressed rising up against the oppressor. That's all. That's what my music's about. The oppressed rising up against the oppressor. So the only people that's scared are the oppressors. The only people who can have any harm coming to them are those who oppress. Simple as that. 3 pound pressure, no weight lesser. Drop the oppressor, make no surrender. 3 pound pressure, no weight lesser. Drop the oppressor, make no surrender. 3 pound pressure, no weight lesser. Drop the oppressor, make no surrender. 3 pound pressure, no weight lesser. Drop the oppressor, make no surrender. It's time for change, gotta bounce up. The oppressor's about to get ousted. I'm laying it out, execution staff too late when I'm falling to the claim. You wrapped in a coca flame, by God, it's overdue. Your time is in the end. Locked out silent without sin. He put me on the better for justice to win. The oppressor's about to get rolled down. With some presses attached to the war zone. Revolution can start in the Arizona. I'm a messenger popping like Leprechaun. Backed by the honorable. Who judged the critical, cynical, honorable, simple. My thinking is critical. I'm just ventilating of the actions of the protective service. Quick to pull the Glock, blast and kill. This don't take any type of skill. I'm ill of all citizens who haven't took a stand. Or kneels too late when the gaps get filled. Don't believe the GC threat. Going hits close to home. You gotta act the bone with the gas and dome. When it's on the zone, all red in my vision through sight. It's gonna be killed whenever I fight. From above, I'll be given the right. So you better be ready to ride tonight. On the way to the dawn daylight. We gon' burn them out, so gon' pass the kite. 3-pound pressure, no weight lesser. Drop the oppressor, make no surrender. 3-pound pressure, no weight lesser. Drop the oppressor, make no surrender. 3-pound pressure, no weight lesser. Drop the oppressor, make no surrender. 3-pound pressure, no weight lesser. Drop the oppressor, make no surrender.
Drop the oppressor. All right, we're gonna go ahead and get this in. That's what it looks like up real quick, and then we'll go ahead and excuse me. I wanted to see something right quick. I looked at it before. I just wanted to make sure if it was the right thing. Okay. Excuse me. I'm about to get rid of these tabs. There's too many. Rose. So, is that it? Tobacco. Yes, that's it. Side effects. Bladder pain, bloating or swelling the face, arms, hands, lower legs, feet, burning upper abdomen, stomach pain, changes urination, dizziness, faintness, and when getting suddenly from a lying or sitting position, fever, sweating, lower back, or side pain, nausea, or vomiting. Jesus Christ. Yes, it's a broad spectrum antibiotic, which means that it works against many types of bacteria used for people who are very sick and have serious infections. I just can't make this up. And this one states, these lips, headaches, causes of actions such as restless, periodicity, arrhythmia multiform. That is what I want to see. That's what I was looking for. I didn't even have it up top. Okay, let me open that, put the dictionary. Then we're going to get to reading. I just want to look at something, okay? Holy shit. All right. It represents an acute, sometimes recurrent condition of the skin and mucosal membrane manifested by popular bullous and necrotic lesions. Holy snizzle. So they gave me like about 8 of these when I was at St. George, Utah, amongst other things when I told them enough. And then I went to my Chloria, moringa, no rice, no whites, no bread, no eggs, no nothing. I ate salmon and sweet potato. And that's when the chefs came up to see me and wanted to know what was the recipe and what was I using. Then I went back after 3 months and all the holes in my lung were pretty much almost gone. The silica was repairing because I was fasting, literally like drinking water for, I think I went on for 14 days, just water. And I lost like 15 pounds and I started pushing myself and I should not had. And they gave me also, the sodium chloride, which is not the greatest thing. Like I said, there's other stuff they gave me, but we're not going to get into that. And I just wanted to see something. It's a list, what they look at, what they make, and then you look at what they want to give you, and it's like, all the interactions. And that's why I said, and I looked at it with seizures and everything, the stuff that it can make happen, kidney disease, you just name it. And rare is agitation, bleeding, blistering, burning, coldness, discoloration, bone, blah, blah, pressure, highs, infection, inflammation, itching, lumps, numbness, pain, rash, redness, scarring, soreness, stinging, swelling, tenderness, tingling, ulceration, or warmth at the injection site, bone pain, bruising, chills, cold sweats, coughs, deep or fast breathing with dizziness, depression, diarrhea, watery severe, which may also be be bloody, drowsiness, dry mouth, hive, hostility, itching of the genital area, lethargy, muscle pain, cramp, stiffness or twitching, nightmares, numbness. This is the rare, okay? Listen. Puffiness or swelling of the eyelids, sore throat, sore ulcers or white spots on the tips, lips, tongues or inside the mouth, stomach cramp, pains, or tenderness, swollen glands, temporary blindness, thick white discharge, blah, 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 total of the privates, total body jerking, unexplained weight loss, unusual bleeding or bruising, incidents not known, back of leg, back, that's what they got doing all things. And then you have bladder pain, bloating or swelling of the face, arms, hands, lower legs or feet, blurred vision, burning, upper abdominal stomach pain, confusion, dizziness, faintness, lightheadedness when getting up suddenly, fever or sweating, lower back pain, side, nausea. These are the side effects. This is one of the strongest antibiotics. And the other one, they gave me 2. And then they gave me some experimental crap when I told them enough. I just wanted to share that with you. I have no secrets. No, I keep everything. Oh, I got a bunch of stuff. I think with personnel like me is the reason why they're kind of moving like that. They're like, so these guys who, but they're not paying attention to the small things. Let's get into reading because I don't want to be here all night. I'm going upstairs to stretch out, put my pajamas on, my red socks and tank top, and I'm going to chill. Where's along with much love? What's going on, beloved? It's good to have you. Rondo, what's going on, Ganja? It's good to have y'all brothers here. So let's get into the Negro Project. This is the Margaret Sanger's diabolical. I love how he says diabolical, duplicitous, dangerous. It makes me think of Homie the Clown. What's his name when he goes, it's going to and I'm going to get the salutations of the recipients for the rest. He be cracking me up. Anyway, Sanger's diabolical, duplicitous, dangerous, disastrous, and deadly plan for Black America. Let's go ahead and get into it. Now we're at Braun. Braun's comments clearly illustrate the extent to which Sanger's deceptive message had worked in indoctrinating this minister. And he was not alone. In addition to Braun, Black leaders from all fields were taken in, such as sociologist and author W.E.B. Du Bois, that traitorous bastard, who was also a founder of the National Association for the Advancement of Colored People. Now, Charles A. Barnett, director of the Associated Negro Press in Chicago, and Charles S. Johnson, president of Fisk University, as well as Eugene Nicol Jones, executive director of the National Herbal League, and Dr. Dorothy Boulding Fairby, president of Alpha Kappa Alpha. Now, you have Dr. Mary McLeod Bethune, president of the National Council of Negro Women, and many others. You might want to look into that. Okay? They all bought into Sanger's seductive message. They knew exactly what it was. Never once questioning either her stated views on race or her association with the likes of Knopf, K-N-O-P-F, Knopf, and Studdard, or Dr. Laughlin, all of whom, as noted earlier in these pages, were avowed racists and members of Sanger's American Birth Control League. We will examine them later on in this book, but for now, it will suffice simply to bring them to the reader's attention. Let us now turn briefly to Dr. Clarence J. Gamble, the heir to the Procter & Gamble Soap Company fortune and a key partner and financial backer of the Negro Project. That's right, you heard it, Dr. Clarence J. Gamble. In 1939 memo he sent to Sanger, he had expressed, check this out, concerns that some blacks would see the plan for what it was, an attempt to exterminate the black race eugenically. And she agreed that it would be wise to train the Negro doctor at the clinic, in parenthesis it states, presumably the one set up by the ABCL in Harlem. Now, you must remember that they want to say that she was not a Jew. Of course not. But she is a what is the word? Gajah. gypsy. Now they'll say, oh, she's American and Europe. Well, we know she's not originally European. You are very well of that. Now you know why I read the things that I've read. To be practical, look at her. She's not a true Irish nor Scots. She is a Jah. Okay? She also is part of that theosophy. Okay? Be mindful of that. Groomed to be the idiot she became. Anyway, they ignore the fact. Hold on, let me back up a little bit. Excuse me. Make sure, oh, I jumped over. Here we go. Blah, da, da. Anyway, gamble, as we stated. I was looking at. I'm over here. I got a highlight over here, and I need to come back over here. Anyway, she had made her famous proposal to the. Anyway, with enthusiasm and knowledge, which will have far-reaching effects among the colored people. Okay, so you remember that Mr. Gamble was part of this. Okay, in order to go out among blacks with enthusiasm and knowledge, which will have far-reaching effects among the colored people. It was in this reply to Gamble that she made her infamous proposal to use the black minister to straighten out those rebellious members of the congregations, lest they discover what really lay behind her scheme. Now, the far-reaching effects that Sanger set in motion would forever remain her legacy, and the black community would, in the end, pay dearly for it. Margaret Sanger died in Tucson, Arizona, on September 6, 1966. It's 4 months after I was born, or here, came, yeah. And was buried in Fishkill, New York. It is often said that a person should be judged based on the totality of their actions. Margaret Sanger is to be treated no differently in this regard. She is seen in elite circles as a pioneer in the fight for women's right, particularly their reproductive freedom, which is nothing more than a manufactured right to an abortion at any time and at any place, right up to the moment of birth under the United States Constitution. Now you understand the ratification. Never mind that this right can be found nowhere in this document. Not at all. Sanger is memorialized by having several public buildings named after her. And every year since her passing, Planned Parenthood, ostensibly a woman's health organization, okay, but which in reality is the nation's largest private abortion provider with $540.6 million in tax money flowing into its coffers in 2013, issues its Margaret Sanger Award, the Maggie, as it is sometimes called, is presented to those individuals of distinction and recognition of excellence in leadership in furthering reproductive health and reproductive rights. Do you see the hypocrisy of it all? It is often pointed out by her adherents that Sanger herself was opposed to abortion because she considered it the taking of a life. This may be true as far as it goes, but if such is the case, why then is Planned Parenthood performing procedures she herself found to be so reprehensible? And why is it that so many black ministers, politicians, business leaders, media representatives, etc., are so supportive of the goals of Planned Parenthood? I would love to see the people still here going to church, go and ask their ministers and pastors, especially of this so-called African AME perversion called a church. I would love to see it. Now let's get into Mr. William Cooper. Behold a pale horse. For high upon it sits what? Death. Mr. William Cooper, assassinated. Okay, so we're going to finish up section 11. It's a pretty long one, but a very good one. Okay, and this is still Article 6, the legislative branch, the Senate and the House of Representatives. So we're dealing with the Senate right now. Okay, turn that off. Section 11. The Senate shall elect or may remove a national watchkeeper. National. What does that mean? Is that about the country? What do y'all think a national watchkeeper is? Did any of y'all find anything that they eradicated all that information about the UN taking over Denver, Colorado airport? Did any of y'all see that? And some of you probably know about it and remember that. Heard about what's going on, beloved. You know what I'm saying? Who else came up? Okay, that's it. Okay. If you find that, mention it. Share the location of it if you can. Anyway, and shall oversee through a standing committee a watchkeeping service conducted according to rules formulated for their approval. It's not the people, but isn't the Constitution for the people to keep government in control so they don't have overreaching? That's why I said, y'all know the NFA was created based solely in 1939 off of racism, not because of the mafias, even though we still had one of the strongest mafia that is not recorded in history, because they have to keep up a false white supremacy. The NFA was always illegal, but because it suited the need of dumb peckerwoods, they didn't question it. Now look at them. Thank goodness a lot of them ain't running around that way, but I'm just letting you know. Okay? With the assistance of an appropriate staff, the watchkeeper shall gather and organize information concerning the adequacy, competence, and integrity of governmental agencies and their personnel. It seems like if that's the case, then why do the police get this quality immunity? Because there aren't supposed to be no police. There's supposed to be marshals, deputies, sheriffs, and deputized sheriffs. And then you know that they said police departments, they have an extenuating stretching of the law where they can perform duties such as the sheriff's department. That is a lie. We'll get into that. Let me carry on. Okay? Integrity of government agencies and their personnel. They're not doing that. As well as their continued usefulness. And continued usefulness until they're unuseful. And shall also suggest the need for new or expanded services, making a report concerning any agency of the deleterious effect of its activities on citizens. Again, concerning any agency of the deleterious effect of its activities on citizens or on the environment. The watchkeeper shall entertain. These mugs are in a rush because they're perversions. What boggles my mind is the people who wear costumes, whether military or not, who, and in the UCMJ, if it's an unlawful and it goes against the Constitution, we're supposed to say no. Anyway, appropriate agencies if there be need for actions. Remember that. For all these purposes, personnel may be appointed, investigations made, witnesses examined, and audits made, and information required. You know, there's an Arab brother who brake lines were cut, and he tried to stop. He was hit, ran into a vehicle, somebody died. They arrested him, and then they crushed his car. They locked him up, and when they locked him up, they beat him damn near half to death. Everything illegal. And even the backup cam showed that on the police officer, the worthless, fake, fraudulent costume character with false authority. And now the sergeant and those people and representatives won't even answer questions and lie. But people are still walking around stupid. Most of the last two generations are just completely duh, you know? But what are we doing, right? The governor shall present the keeper's findings to the Senate, and if it be judged to be in the public interest, they shall be made public, or without being made public, be sent to the appropriate agency for its guidance and such action as may be needed. On recommendation of the watchkeeper, the Senate may initiate corrective measures to be voted on by the House of Representatives within 30 days. Now, when approved by a majority and not vetoed by the president, they shall become a law. Now, for the watchkeeping service, 1/4, and that's not even legal actually, service 1/4 of 1% of individual next taxable incomes shall be held by the Chancellor of Financial Affairs. Again, for the watchkeeping service, 1/4 of 1% of individual net taxable incomes shall be held by the Chancellor of Financial Affairs, but amounts not expended in any fiscal year shall be available for general use. But everybody wants to believe in some fake ass revolutionary war. And there was a fight, but it wasn't with the people who were running around thinking it was them. It was us fighting the fake ass crown, the new fake elected. You know who they are. And we didn't lose. There was a lot of betrayal, and you see that today. Next, we'll be getting to be the House of Representatives. That right there was the legislative branch, all right? The Senate. Diseases, bro. And people don't want to read this stuff because I know the school doesn't teach them. So therefore, if they're not getting this, well, let's just go along and get along. That's like people think their voting matters. How is that so when it's the electoral vote? I just don't get how people become so dumb. And every one of these executive orders is BS. It is BS because now you do know and you are aware how we have been brought into wars by the bankers and the corporations, the liars. And yet people don't want to do nothing to right this. I guess it would seem kind of late. What do you think? Mr. C, what's going on? What's going on, God? What's going on, beloved? No comments, huh? Well, anyway, I got to read on. I just wanted to share that little bit of information. It's just agua. I'm going to get ready to go upstairs and relax, y'all. How do you relax at a time like this? How do you not? There's some deep perversions going on, y'all. Deeper than you can imagine. And that's the reason why they're running bankhead crazy. I was going to buy some Ezekiel bread. I used to make Ezekiel bread. 4.9 or whatever. And when I was in New York, I used to purchase it. And you know me, I read all the ingredients. They literally had the nerve to say that they put organic soy sprouts. So I called the company. I can't show you, it's on there. And I'm talking to some lady in California, an idiot, as usual. I said, this is either got it, because the way she's talking, I said, this has got to be California or New York, a dummy. I said, ma'am, I used to make Ezekiel bread. Very helpful with lysine, choline, and all those amino acids, minerals that are very good for you. At least no protein. Your body doesn't need protein. Your body produces protein when the right minerals and amino acids are absorbed. I says, why is there soy in here when that's not how Ezekiel bread is made? I could pull it up, but it's easy. You can see what's in it. She said, oh, that's it. They're discouraged. I said, no. I said in the last 3 years, it seems like they've been putting soy, mayonnaise, every mayonnaise almost every mayonnaise made, mustard, everything. They're putting this crappy soy that they're growing in Nebraska and everywhere else. They're putting it in it because it's a gay agenda. I hope you're not a lesbian. I don't mean to offend you, but if you are, it affects you just the same. She didn't say nothing. It says they need to remove that name, Ezekiel bread, because obviously for the very religious, it consorts to saying that you're doing the devil's work. I says, I know that it's the agenda, and most people are pretty stupid, but that is not Ezekiel bread with that garbage in it. And just because they label it organic, I says, do you know that mud, petroleum, even extracted and synthetic petroleum is organic if it's the first of its kind? I said, are you aware that the synthetic they started putting in shoes in the 60s just to keep people from being grounded? Removing cotton and wool, which is abundantly grown, sending it to certain places underground, in big tunnels and swaths after trucks after trucks. I said, when they started putting synthetics and making it in Singapore, Vietnam, Philippines, Indochina, I says, all that crap makes people less grounded. Boy, she was quiet as a. I'm talking about mice must have heard me coming by. It's quiet. I said, here they go messing up something, just like that fake ass Pope. I said, just like that. People walking by me like eyes like that. I said, I won't be purchases, but I will be reaching out to the fake ass Better Business Bureau and about 3 other of those branches to say that. Because she said, oh, at their. I said, first of all, it has all the ingredients in it. The soy is unnecessary. So that alludes to the fact that it's part of the agenda that somebody's hitting all these companies telling them to put this in there and they're listening. Just like they're talking about making people drink poop water. When wasn't they doing that? All the water treatment facilities is called the water treatment facility for the last 30 years. Why? Because you've been drinking poop water, people. While they've been adding heavy metals, fluoride, and all the other crap that your body doesn't require. So they stop your natural grounding, which is beneficial for your health. They put synthetics in the rubber and in the soles that you walk around in. And you think that you're thinking normal? They put chemicals that scientifically tested, for those people that blame the science, to mess with your brain and your body's chemistry and change it where it craves stuff instead of craving the good stuff as they continue to modify and up the food. Big Pontiac, what's going on, beloved? And nobody wants to make sense of it. How are these youth who are 15, how are they going to look if they make it to 40? How are their bodies going to respond and act? Because they didn't get the good food like we got. Those of us born in the 50s and 60s. Oh no, we were part of the first of the, and thank goodness we had gardens and stuff, man, and water was still halfway decent. But how are these children out there eating Chick-fil-A? That garbage, ain't none of it natural. That stuff is more toxic than you. People thought chicken was healthy. Chicken is more toxic than goddamn pork, but pork you get a lot more worms, parasites. And beef, that is not beef, people. And besides, you shouldn't be eating it anyway. How many times have I went and showed y'all eating meat and what it did to me? And I express it solemnly. And somebody say, well, I'm a little different. Well, I can manage that crap. I know the difference between the res and that crap in the store. And whenever I ate the stuff in the store, right off the back, this body was like rejecting every bit of it. Anyway, I guess that's enough tea. I know some of you are going to get your pizza, get your liquor, get your witch, get to that, get to this. You have to take control because this government is no good. These platforms, I don't want to badmouth them. I know there's good, I know there's decent people all over. But what do they say about the decent people, the good guys, when they don't do nothing about the bad guys? Anyway, appreciate everybody. Cash App's there. Like I said, I'll check it on Thursday or Friday, and hopefully it's there and we can order the books. If not, you know how that goes. So I'll see you guys in the AM. I got a lot of more tea I want to share and stuff, but I'm just getting to the point where it's like, it's about to get bad, y'all. I mean, you think it's bad. This is not, I'm not giving it energy. I'm just letting you know. Some of you got generators and gas, right? Y'all like, yeah, I'm gonna be good. You ain't got enough gas to last all through. Well, they can make it snow in the summertime, y'all. I don't think y'all really get it, man. We was on the carrying those harp things all over the carriers and all that. Man, listen here, man. Y'all, all them each with them helicopters lifting them big things and flying them to Puerto Rico and all them places. Y'all don't. Your uncles and them was fighting because of Vietnam, and those mine and pops was, if they were alive, drugs, this, that, and other, are just maintaining a family curriculum, and those who will get the house, well, what they do? It's like these jokers with all these millions now. What do? Where's the land? They got water treatment facilities. Now, the guy in America who's ex-army, right, and made the water treatment, he went on and took it over to Africa. And in Flint, Michigan, but they wanted to give them that cheap, nasty, non-PFAS bottled water. Though Clarissa Shield came out and did her thing, it's going to catch up. I'm just saying, she's a millionaire, so I mean, okay. So she can afford different things, real water for purification and collecting and this, that, and other, and won't tell you nothing because there's an indoctrination that goes on with that. Anyway, I said enough. If you like caffeine and you don't want no more of that garbage coffee you're drinking, no, I just do this anyway. Go ahead and get you some. Pretty strong on the caffeine, but it's 100%. All right. No, I already had some, and I don't. That stuff's too much. I put like just a tablespoon compared to. I mean, not a tablespoon. I put like a teaspoon with the mushroom because that's just. And I don't use no more honey. As far as unless I collect it from my friends that have the hair, because they make their own honey, and it's not just stuff coming from the corporations where it can be vernacular. I go over there where they do the masseuse and everything like that by the boat and the boat storage, and I get the best honey in the world, y'all. Now, right now they don't have none, so I will not. I have the, I guess you Fijian or whatever call it. I have some of that, Manuka honey, but I use that very, very sparingly. I don't like. It's not about the sweetness, because the amount that I use, you wouldn't even probably taste it. Me, it's just about the chemical the properties of it, the antioxidants and stuff. But anyway, I'm going to finish this is my second grapefruit, and I've got like 5 more slices to eat. I'm going to finish that, go upstairs, me and my buddy, get up in the bed with my PJs. I'm going to read one of these new books, and yeah, I'm going to see y'all in the AM. I'm going to do my best not to dream tonight, though. All right? So I hope you guys are practicing the breathing exercise. I know it's a little wet out there. I went outside, even in that crap that's pouring on the ground, I still grounded. Got my little feet muddy, grounded, did my breathing, let the little poison toxinous water hit me. I don't care. And took a warm shower. Because like I said, I ain't get 1,000 push-ups yet, y'all. I don't think I'm going to get it tonight, because right now I am like half, good gracious. If somebody was here doing push-ups, I'd knock out more than 1,000, but getting down doing 10, 20, my chest feel like it's about to rip apart, y'all, like for real. Like it feel like it's about to go like, so hopefully tomorrow at least I can get about another 750 at least. And I'm in clean push-ups, not no BS. And my squats, I started doing, because I got my knees are pretty, I don't want to keep putting my elements out. So I'm doing an exercise to help strengthen the muscles, but I'm doing 10 to 20 squats, not the hundreds I used to do, and controlled, no weights, no dumbbells, no weighted vests. And I want to be able to at least get about 300 of those in. Why? You got to. There's no way around it. Okay? There's still a body regardless of what one may be capable of. You still have to do some things because with everything going on, you have to push yourselves. All right, y'all? You have to. Okay? Don't just be sitting on your ass and then being at work thinking you're doing something. A lot of you know you be at work sitting on your ass. A lot of you know you're not moving as you should. And that heart, we were always meant to move. We were meant to be doing something. And even thinking with a clear mind. And how can we attain that? We're phenomenal. Look at all the stuff they're doing to us. And we're still persevering and pushing forward. And that's everybody. Okay? They're everybody. When they say they want to kill over 7 billion, that's a lot of goddamn people. Take them serious. All right? I know the sisters ain't here, but they always get that. Brothers, see y'all in AM.